Yo everyone, welcome to Macro Crypto. We got some DCA action happening today through Bitcoin and the smart contract platforms. So if you do enjoy the content, give us a follow at Macro Crypto Club. You can find the Twitter link in the description below. Like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Let's dive into the content. And we are trending down if you haven't heard. We are 11th week in a row in the red. You're looking at the Heiken Ashy candles through Bitcoin. We're not going to stay here long, but remember, we are here for a long time, not just a good time in the macro view. So what better way to turn this around and dollar cost ourselves into Bitcoin and other projects that we believe in to put ourselves into the best position possible to gain the most wealth for the future. If you're a big believer in the crypto space like I am, then why not invest where you can, when you can, into the projects that you want to and that you view passionately about. And here, it's all about Bitcoin, ETH, with some DOT sprinkled in, but we're going to be going over other projects, of course, the NFT space on other episodes and series. But today, the Bitcoin DCA talk is going to rule the world. We will be breaking down weekly and monthly. So if you are considering DCA or if you haven't yet, I highly recommend it. Even if you have a portfolio already, we choose to do $100. Obviously, if you have less, you put less in weekly or monthly. If you have more and you want to throw 1,000 in weekly, that's up to you. But we're going to be able to gauge our position, how these two different paths, which one's going to output the most wealth for us. And that way you can see a side-by-side comparison throughout this process. So through Bitcoin on a weekly basis, we're throwing in $100. As you can tell, the most recent price at 36,000 is what we got in at. We got about a little over 272,000 Satoshis. The amount of Bitcoin that would equate to is 0.00272,387. And that puts us almost at our monthly total when we did put that initial 400 in. So you'll see down here, we are going to be racking these up. So when we do put in next week, that next initial amount, we most likely, in my estimations, will surpass that monthly total that we initially put in. Obviously, prices are down, better buying opportunity, but that way you can continue to see that viewpoint. I do want to hit on this each time. Satoshis is a great way to view. If you are like, oh, the Bitcoin price is so high, then start looking at, oh, this is how many Satoshis I have in my wallet now. Satoshis is the lowest denomination of a Bitcoin, if you're unaware. So stack those Satoshis, get that Bitcoin on a monthly basis. We're putting ourselves in $100 per week. This is a nice visualization for you if you want to do it monthly instead. So that way you avoid more fees from, those centralized exchanges. If you've been with us before, we did have those fees on the side, but that's not necessary. I don't even know why we put that in the first place. So they're gone. Obviously, you're going to be paying fees to the platforms. That's how it is. Moving on to our smart contracts. We are going to have a view for both ETH, DOT, which is Polkadot, ADA is Cardano, Luna, Terra Luna. I did post something on Twitter that I have a firm believer in DOT becoming number 3 in the market cap. An individual gave me a nice number 3 Luna prediction right back into my face. So we're gonna give a little competition here, see how we're playing out. I don't have anything against Terra Luna as a project. I personally don't have anything invested in it, but I've heard good things. So, don't have anything bad to say about it. Now, Solana is also going to be here for view. You know my feeling on Solana if you've seen me talk about it before. I am not a fan. Doesn't mean we won't chat about it and give a little price action. And of course, we're going to throw Tron in there just because every time I hear it, I wonder why people are investing in it. I can't believe it. They're a copycat. They steal code. Project's going nowhere. So that way you can get a first-hand view on a long-term play if you're throwing $100 towards Tron weekly, where that will get you in comparison to the market. So let's dive in. ETH, $100 at a little over 2,400 price gives us a 0.04 ETH amount, highest amount of ETH that we've gotten so far. DOT, we're hitting at a little over 5 DOT. And ADA, we're over here getting ourselves a nice 93 ADA. Terra Luna, of course, we hit 1 Terra Luna per week price action, surprisingly, with Terra Luna is not as volatile as the rest of the market. Something to check out. Maybe, you know, my friend through Twitter that gave us a little shout out. Maybe we have to look into this a little bit more. That price action has not nosedived like the rest of these projects. Solana taking a hit, but we were able to get one Solana because the price is under 100, and Tron, we get a bunch of Tron because the price is garbage. Basically, you got to remember Tron was at 30 cents as its all-time high in 2017. It's nowhere to be seen at the all-time high. Just saying. So as we move over, we'll be doing that weekly, $100 for all those projects. So as you can tell, we will be working on a profit loss. How are these projects comparing to one another? Initial investment is $300 each because we've been doing this for 3 weeks, $100 each week. The amount that we have accumulated from each of these, we've finally got hit 0.1 ETH, Polkadot 13, ADA at 245, Tron at 4,784, Solana at $2.5, Luna at 4.1. The current price of these projects. So that's going to put us at the value. We'll just do this real quick. We're going to be taking these two. Okay. So, of course, these prices are going to be under because $200 that was initially invested into these projects in the previous 2 weeks until we just hit this huge downtrend of a price. But we've invested $300, so our profit loss we'll be able to figure out real quick where we currently stand. Oh, my fault, everybody. What I should do is take that. All right. Excuse the confusion over here. We got Rook just making mistakes all over the place. No, I don't want to create that sum. So we're going to take that, which gives us our negative. That's our loss. Bring that all the way across. Could have just kept that, but there we go. All right. So right now, as you can tell, Terra is leading the way, followed by ADA. Actually, Tron, then ADA, then Ether, then Polkadot, then Solana, currently losing the most. This is a macro play. Talking shit about Tron, and it is kicking Ether and Polkadot's butt. But the biggest move right now, currently within the last 3 weeks, the lowest amount in your portfolio, if you've lost anything, would be through Terra Luna. So this will just give you a nice view on a weekly basis, side-by-side comparison to all these projects, whether you're going to be able to prove me wrong or I'll prove me right through this. It's yet to be seen. So let's follow through together. And until next week, we are just going to end you off with a nice little view of that there is a Fed meeting happening both tomorrow and on Wednesday, the 25th and 26th. First, I came across this through CoinDesk, went to the Fed's website. The FOMC meetings are both on the January 25th and 26th. There is kind of a rumor that there's going to be discussions about rate hikes, which will hurt the market, obviously. And those rate hikes could come around the March 15th and 16th meeting, but we will get a nice shakeout or a nice understanding where the Fed mindset is and how that's going to affect the market, both tomorrow and on Wednesday. So this week, how it's going to shake out is really going to give us a telling sign how this first quarter is going to be. If I was going to predict anything, it would be that we're not going to be getting great news both tomorrow and on Wednesday, as this downtrend has been hurting us. So, you know, until we can get out of that bearish phase, I'm still in a position where I'm just waiting and seeing. But hopefully we get some better news along the way. If you can, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, just as a reminder. Hope everyone enjoyed the content. Until next time, peace everybody.